Hey guys, it's Jay. This is actually my first video, so kind of bear with me a little bit. This basically is actually, excuse me, it's actually in regards to the Navy. I decided that I wanted to join the Navy about a few years ago, and I actually started the whole process last year around January. So January of 2011. Now it is August 17th of 2012, and so far, it's been a little, it's been a long process, a few bumps here and there. But as of now, everything is actually moving smooth sailing. They told me that, once you have everything that you need as of, whether you graduated from high school or you got a GED, or whether, your weight is where it is, as well as, when you take the ASVAB, everything else is basically smooth sailing from there. So I've actually met up with a Navy recruiter. I looked into other branches, like I looked into the Air Force as well as the Army, but those were just like my backups. But I knew that I wanted to do the Navy. So anyway, when I first met with the recruiter, it was sometime last year, and he gave me a practice test and everything else. I didn't do too well on it, so he told me to study up and come back, as well as on top of my score not being where it needed to be, my weight wasn't where it needed to be either. So that right there was a little problem. So I was like, you know what, I kind of have to get down to brass tacks and like, if this is really something that I want, then I have to do what I have to do, to get it. So I put myself on a really strict diet. I started off at 173, and now I'm at 147 pounds. So from that of July of last year up until now of August 17th, that's where I stand, and I need to be at a 145 because of my height. So 2 pounds is not really bad, but of course they're going to check your BMI. So as long as the females are between 33% and below, everything is going to be good. You're good. So anyway, when I went back to him, of course he noticed the major weight loss and everything else, and he also tested me gave me another practice test. So when I took that, I actually scored, I think, a 58, which, it's not bad or whatever, because I know that they want you to have at least above a 50 or whatever, but, to enlist, you only need a 35, but I wanted to score, of course, everybody wants to score higher than that. So anyway, once I did that, he told me, he's like, we're going to put you into the Navy. They started getting me prepared to go to MEPS and everything else. I had to have my birth certificate, an unlaminated social security card, as well as my high school diploma, or those of you, who have gotten your GED, you bring your certificate or whatever papers for that. So I brought all those things, and he made me sign all these forms and everything else. So I actually went to MEPS that week. So when I went, I was very nervous. Like it was so nerve-wracking, but I was like, I'm just ready to get it done and over with. And once you get in there, your recruiter, he gives them, I guess, you have a little packet, and they also give you this little envelope like this, or whatever, that has your last name on it or whatever. And this is what you take into the testing room. So when the guy who's finished with, when you're finished with your test, he actually puts your results in that envelope. So when the guy called me at the front, that's when he called me, he told me to place my finger on like this little scanner. I guess like once you do the physical exam, like this is your way of signing in so they know that it's you. So that's what I did. And then he told me to go down to the last door on the right. And when I went in there was already a few people, like more than a few people. I say about 20 people in there already taking the test. So, you know, he sat me down at a computer and he started it. It actually lasted about a good 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours. And for the Navy, people who want to join the Navy, you actually have to take an additional test. It's like a coding test or something like that, where you have to find, it's like words and then like there's letters, I mean numbers right next to it, and they put up like a word and then you have to hurry up and find that number, and you're actually timed, so you have to see how many little items you can get right within a certain amount of time. So on top of that, we did that, and then he gave me my results. Well, he put them in the envelope or whatever and gave it to me. I wasn't going to open it there, so I waited till I got out the room. But when I got out the room, I opened it and I was nervous. But, you know, to my surprise, I actually missed it by 2 points, which was, you know, it was really discouraging. There's like some kids just being weird outside. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, I'm nosy. I don't care. Anyway, so I had to call my recruiter and let him know that, you know, he has to come and pick me up or whatnot. So that meant that, you know, since I didn't miss it by 2 points, that I did not qualify. So that meant that I had to wait a month to do it. And I took the test July 12th, and like I said, it is August 17th. So my month is up, and I've been studying a lot, and my recruiter, he's actually making sure that I'm actually studying, which is actually a good thing. So I went to the library to get different books, Also, you know, I went to Barnes and Noble. Of course, I mean, like everybody else, the ASVAB for Dummies book, right there. I got that, and I also got this, which is the Baron's Passkey to the ASVAB. Yes, I got those 2 books, and mostly I've been studying this one because this one actually has your, the most standard, like little subtests, like, you know, the 4 subtests that actually matter are the arithmetic, reasoning, mathematics knowledge, paragraph comprehension, and the word knowledge. And this book actually focuses on those 4 subtests, while the ASVAB for Dummies includes, you know, like the mechanical, the auto, and all that stuff that I could care less, because I'm not trying to get into anything technical, auto, or electrical. So, but, you know, if that is you, that'll be the book to get. So, I actually take the test. I go to the hotel on Sunday, this Sunday coming up, and then on Monday I go to MEPS and I go and take my test and everything else. So I'm very excited. I'm ready. I'm ready, you know, to join the Navy. I'm ready, you know, to do it all, you know. So to any of you guys, you know, if you have any questions or any advice for me, you know, that can help me out, I'll be very appreciative. You know, leave me a message, comment, or whatever you prefer. And for those of you who are deciding to join the military, I wish you all the best of luck, and don't give up on, you know, yourself. Like, don't give up at all. You know, even though you might hit a few bumpy roads, or, you know, you might get put through a lot of obstacles, like with me and my weight, on top of, you know, being discouraged when it comes down to, you know, not qualifying or missing it by 2 points or even a point. You know, it's like you just, you know, get up, dust yourself off, and, you know, you keep it moving. So you are your toughest critic, and I wish everybody the best of luck. Wish me luck, and I will actually try to make a video before I go to the hotel. I don't know if I'll be able to do one while I'm there because I don't know how to do it on my phone. So anyway, message, comment, whatever you prefer. So thanks.